spoke.
Well, the
His
trial
presence
memorandum
at the
from
rally, I think, was.
The trial memorandum from the House impeachment managers actually lays out a pattern of behavior. They say it wasn't just the speech. They say this was cultivated over time.
Yeah. Well, here's what I would say, that if you believe he committed a crime, he can be prosecuted like any other citizen. Impeachment is a political process. We've never impeached a president once they're out of office. I think this is a very bad idea. 45 plus Republicans are going to vote early on that it's unconstitutional. It's not a question of how the trial ends. It's a question of when it ends. Republicans are going to view this as an unconstitutional exercise. And the only question is, will they call witnesses? How long does the trial take? But the outcome is really not in doubt. That doesn't mean what happened on January the 6th was okay. It means this impeachment in the eyes of most Republicans is an unconstitutional exercise. Right. The president's behavior, in my view, is not a crime, but he can be charged with one if people think he committed it because he's now a private citizen.
Well, some Republicans, your colleague Pat Toomey, a Republican, believe that this is constitutional since the president was impeached while he was still in office. But, you know, people can look at this and say, look, when you can't argue a case on its merits, you argue on process. And that's what Republicans are doing right now. Because I want to ask you to clarify this. You said on January 7th this about Mike Pence.
The things he was asked to do in the name of loyalty were over the top, unconstitutional, illegal, and would have been wrong for the country.
Unconstitutional and illegal sounds a lot like high crimes and misdemeanors.
Yeah, well, he wasn't charged with that. So the bottom line is the impeachment articles, I think, are unconstitutional because the president is in Florida. He's not in office. Impeachment for a president requires the Chief Justice to preside over the trial. He's not at the trial because President Trump is not the president. So this is not process. The Constitution, I think, has been flagrantly violated because when it comes to Trump, there seems to be no end to all of this. So the trial is going to result in an acquittal. Most Republicans, I don't know what Senator Toomey is going to do, is going to view this as unconstitutional, and the president's behavior is not incitement under the law. And the longer it takes, the worse off for the country, I believe.
You said if the president committed a crime, he should be charged. Do you think any of the president's actions, the tweets calling for the rally, the language leading up to the rally, the lying to the public about the ability to overturn the election, what you described he said about Mike Pence, does any of that deserve a reprimand?
Well, I mean, he's going to have a place in history for all this, but the point of the matter is that we're in Congress. We're not prosecutors. Impeachment is never meant to be a prosecution.
Right, but you have oversight of Justice Department. What do you think?
Yeah, I think I'm ready to move on. I'm ready to end the impeachment trial because I think it's blatantly unconstitutional. I'm ready to get on with trying to solve the nation's problems. And as to Donald Trump, he is the most popular figure in the Republican Party. He had a consequential presidency. January the 6th was a very bad day for America, and he'll get his share of blame in history. But I do believe that in 2022, the Republican Party is going to come roaring back because our friends on the Democratic Party, on the Democratic side, are going to change immigration policy to have caravan after caravan hit our borders. They're going to raise their taxes.
So you still believe he is the head of the Republican Party?
Weaken us across the board. Excuse me again? I'm sorry.
You still believe President Trump is the best face for the Republican Party? Yes or no?
I think he's the. Yeah, well, I think Donald Trump's policies serve the country well. I think Donald Trump has to rehabilitate himself as a politician. But here's what I think. I think most Americans are going to look at the Biden administration.
I'm sorry, we are out of time. I'm sorry here to cut you off. I have to take us to a commercial.